Welcome guys back to another video on the channel. We got a match preview today and it is of Arsenal versus West Ham. We're on match day 2 now of the Premier League. I only feel like yesterday since we smashed Fulham at Craven Cottage, but we have to move on now. We are playing West Ham. It all comes behind us now, all goes behind us. We are top of the league, so let's build on that form and let's get straight into this West Ham match preview. We'll be doing a predicted lineup also, but again we are playing West Ham United. Obviously this comes after the news that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has finally signed a contract with Arsenal that will see him stay at Arsenal for another 3 years. Obviously such huge news for the club and news that will be appreciated by everyone within the club as well as outside of the club, and will give the club a huge boost going into the game against West Ham. Obviously a confidence booster will be a huge one. Obviously I think I was confident going into this West Ham game anyway, but obviously with the added boost that our main striker, our main man, our best player at the club has signed for another 3 years at the club is huge news. And I think the club and the players will take this so to the heart, and everyone loves Aubameyang and everyone's good to see him stay. I can't think of one Arsenal fan, or I've not seen one Arsenal fan anywhere that that disagrees with the fact that Aubameyang is staying at the club. That they are happy, everyone is happy about this, and we just need to build on from this now, and this is the first step to doing so. Obviously Aubameyang would have had insurances about the future of the club, what we're going to do, and I think we just need to take it game by game in this Premier League season and in this whole season, not just the Premier League, in order to achieve our targets. And our targets this season have to be to get back into the Champions League. That's where the money is, that's where the dreamland is. And I'm not saying that is the end goal. The end goal is obviously to win the Champions League and win the Premier League, but obviously that is not realistic this season, and we haven't done enough in the transfer market to be pushing for the Premier League title this season, not the kind Chelsea have done. We need to spend over £200 million to get where Chelsea are right now, and we just don't have that kind of money to spend because obviously you got 55 people redundant. But focusing on this West Ham game, West Ham obviously playing right now as we speak, while I'm recording this, they are playing a game in the Carabao Cup. I forgot who it's against, but Sebastian Haller has actually scored 2 goals for them and they are 2-0 up as I speak. So again, they are playing a game in midweek. Will that make them sharper? Will that make them less fit for this game against Arsenal? Who knows? But I think Arsenal's playing against Fulham, our pressing game was very good, and I think we will take that into this game. I am very confident against West Ham. They do look quite shaky. They look very shaky at the moment, and I think we have struggled against West Ham over the years. They have given us some shocks, and by no means it's going to be an easy rollover game like the Fulham one. The gulf in quality between the two sides are a lot. West Ham are a proven Premier League team. Even though they struggled last season, they have some quality experienced players that could help West Ham be motivated for this game and lead them on to good things maybe in the coming future, in the near future, even though it doesn't look like it for the long term. But when you look at it the short term, they have the capabilities to get points at big teams like Arsenal, and they have done it in previous years and they will show it once again. And I think it won't be an easy game by any stretch, but Arsenal have to go into this game with full confidence and just don't let our game down. We have been pressing so well, as I said before, and Aubameyang looks as clinical as ever. Defensively looked very good. I thought the Gabriel debut was brilliant. He had one of the best stats in the team. His pass accuracy was exemplary. Obviously got the goal off the shoulder. Not the most sweetest goal, but again he was in the right position at the right time to head over quite a big Fulham defender as well, Hector, and it was a very good goal from him. And again, Willian, looking at him, I'll get into my predictor lineup in a bit. I just want to reflect on those performances from those individual players. And again, Willian, very good performance from him. Hat-trick of assists. I wouldn't call it hat-trick of assists. I think he got 2 assists. The one on Lacazette for the first goal didn't really count as an assist, I don't think, but whatever, we'll count it as hat-trick assist, why not? But I thought Willian had a brilliant debut as well. But you have to remember, Mkhitaryan had a hat-trick assist on his win, obviously Aubameyang's debut as well. And and what's happened since Mkhitaryan since then, we've let him go for a free, terminated his contract. So I think Willian, we just have to keep going with him. He's an experienced player, and I think he will help us in moments like those against Fulham, where you do need a bit of spark of creativity, where we don't have it in the midfield as of yet. Obviously if we get a while that will change, but we are going to get into some team news now. Gabriel Martinelli is obviously out for the rest of this year. Pablo Mari is also out with an ankle injury. Callum Chambers is still out with a knee injury, and Squadron Mustafi is out with a hamstring injury. Along with that, David Luiz is said to be out. I'm not sure on the timescale. It's not actually on the official Arsenal website how long David Luiz is going to be out for. Some other defenders are said to have a few knocks as well. These include William Saliba and Socrates Papastatopoulos. William Saliba he wasn't even included in the game against Fulham. He wasn't even in the squad. The squads are short shorter now. They are quite small. Obviously, we don't have the 5 substitutes like we did last season. So again, I was still surprised that we didn't have Saliba. You know, obviously he played the game against MK Dons the first half. I thought he looked alright. He looked pretty good, to be honest. A very comfortable debut. But after that, you know, he didn't play in the Community Shield, and now he's not played it again in the Fulham game. Hopefully, we do get to see a bit of William Saliba in the West Ham game alongside Gabriel. I want to see how those two do together, maybe alongside a Rob Holding or a Kieran. But we are going to be getting straight into our predicted lineup, starting off in goal. But Leno, obviously, easy decision this one. I wouldn't say it's an easy decision if Emi Martinez was still here, but obviously now Emi Martinez is gone. This is a straightforward decision. I say no more. But Leno is a really good goalkeeper. Maybe over the last few weeks I've underestimated him just because how good Martinez is doing, but I really highly rate Leno, and he has to keep his place in the side, and that is Bernd Leno. We are going to stick with the back three. I think Mikel Arteta will still rock with our back three, and I think we don't have the players to be playing a back four at the moment, and I'm going to go into our back three. First of all, on that right hand side I'm going to go Rob Holding. In the centre of defence I'm going to go Gabriel, and in the left I'm going to go Kieran. If you haven't noticed already, that is the same backline we went with against Fulham. I thought that backline did very well once it got into its groove. I thought we kept out anything Fulham came at us, and it looked very strong overall. It didn't cause many problems even with Bernd Leno in goal, so I think if it's worked, we stick with it. I'm not going to just throw in William Saliba. I don't know his fitness issues. I'm not sure whether he's going to even be available for this game, so it's a hard one to call on William Saliba, so I'm just going to stick with the same back three that did very well against Fulham, and it even kept a clean sheet away from home, something we're not very good at doing. Even, you know, when we played them at Craven Cottage, we didn't keep a clean sheet, did we? You know, but we have this time. We kept a clean sheet, a 3-0 win, and I think that backline just has to continue. Kieran, obviously, you know, he does play a bit higher up the pitch, but, you know, maybe if we do get William Saliba in, he could be fitting into that gap where Gabriel is now, and then Gabriel could go to where Tierney's playing at the moment because he's a left-sided defender, and then Kieran can go on the left wing back, going up and down the pitch, what he's so good at the moment. But I'm going to stick with this at the moment. You know, I'm not sure when William Saliba is going to be coming back, as I just said, so that is my back three. Going into the wing backs now, first of all, on the right hand side, I'm going to go with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Again, I'm not going to pay Hector Bellerin in my right back row. Again, I'm pretty sure he will play, but again, it's my lineup. I'm predicting this, and hopefully Mikel Arteta does not. I'm kind of contradicting myself by saying that, but still, I don't want Mikel Arteta picking Hector Bellerin. You know, even in the game against Fulham, he was too easy. You know, it's Fulham. It's Fulham. Take some risks, you know, because with Fulham, if you make mistakes, you're not going to concede goals, you know. There was this first instance where Ainsley Maitland-Niles made a mistake because he was trying to play the ball back, and we got lucky, you know. We're not playing against Liverpool. We're not playing against the bigger clubs that will punish every mistake you make, or most of the mistakes you make. You know, it's Fulham. So I don't know why Hector Bellerin isn't taking chances. He's just playing those sideward balls, backward balls. It's like El Nino all over again. But again, I don't actually get why Hector Bellerin does that, so I'm not going to put him in the team. I think we need Ainsley Maitland-Niles in that position, and I have no doubts in doing so. He is a very capable player who we are not selling in this transfer window, so I'm going to go with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. And on the left wing back row, I'm going to go with Bukayo Saka. Since he actually signed that contract, I haven't seen much of him, so I think this is a good time to bring him back. You know, Arteta does like a lot of energy, especially in that pressing game. We'll have to make a few rotations, you know, because players are still coming back from fitness, and I think we need to get Bukayo Saka back into the starting 11. I can't remember the last time the guy started a game. I'm pretty sure it was before he signed the contract. So yeah, it has been a very long time, hasn't it? And I think we just need to give him a chance. Left wing back row, you know, you can go up and down. You have Kieran covering as well, more than capable. You know, it's not a big club. We're not playing a really big team. So I think, you know, West Ham won't be the bombing up and down. You know, it won't be like a Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mo Salah coming from the same wing. It's not going to be like that, so I don't think Saka will have too many problems, and I think it's a good game to throw him in there. So that's why I'm going to go for my left wing back role. Going into the two in midfield, I'm going to go with Granit Xhaka and Dani Ceballos. Obviously, moving forward, I don't want that to be my midfield. I want it to be a Warren Party, but that's what we've got available at the moment. I thought Mohamed El Neni played. Obviously, he played the game against Fulham. I thought he played alright. He did nothing bad, didn't put a foot wrong, but again, he's average, and I think we need a bit more creativity in that area. That's something that Dani Ceballos does bring. Obviously, when you're playing Fulham, you don't need to be... You can afford to have El Neni there and Xhaka. That's because, you know, we created from the wings mostly, but again, every game you can't rely on just creating from the wings. What if West Ham use a tactic that nullifies our wing threat? You know, we have to have other options, and I think Dani Ceballos is more of an attacking player, and I think he will really help unlock that West Ham defense more so than what El Neni would be able to do. That's why I'm going to go with Dani Ceballos. And obviously Granit Xhaka, Mikel Arteta prefers him, so we're just going to stick with him. Moving into the front three now, and I'm going to stick with the same front three that played against Fulham. I thought it was a very deadly front three and a front three that was very fit and very raring to go. So I have no problems in sticking with that front three, and that was of Willian on the right hand side, Alexandre Lacazette down the middle, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang on the left. Obviously Aubameyang hopefully can get a goal after signing his contract. You know, some players, they sign a contract and then they dip in form. Hopefully that's not the case with Aubameyang. He can just kick on and do what he's doing so well, and he has been doing for, you know, so many years now since he's signed for Arsenal. And hopefully I don't need to say no more about Aubameyang. He just scores his goals, doesn't he? And we just sit there clapping our hands like this. And Alexandre Lacazette, I know he didn't score many goals, but the hold-up play was pretty good, and he does come back into midfield, so the likes of Willian and the wing-backs can run off him to make some runs to unlock the likes of Aubameyang's pace and try to get him on through to goal. So I think Lacazette would work in the system, and I think he would help exploit that West Ham defence, especially when Aubameyang can run to the back of the West Ham defence if Lacazette is trying to push out the West Ham defenders. So I think I'm going to stick with Lacazette. And Willian, obviously he played very well, brilliant debut, so I'm just going to stick with him. But I'm not going with Pepe. I haven't gone with Pepe. Again, I don't know, Mikel Arteta doesn't really prefer him. I hope, and he's apparently not performing in training at the moment. I'd like to see him step up his levels, but that is my front three and my starting 11 for the game. Predicted 11, whatever you want to call it. In my Premier League predictions, I predicted this a 2-0 win. I'm going to stick with that. I've not really changed my mind since, so I think Arsenal will win 2-0 in this game. I think we'll keep another clean sheet. I like that defence a lot, even though it doesn't have William Saliba or a world-class centre-back anyway. But I still think Rob Holding looks pretty strong, and I think Kieran Tierney defensively is really good, and Gabriel, we all know he looked really good against Fulham. Hopefully we can keep that consistency and keep another clean sheet in the second game of the season. Come on, you Gunners. Thank you so much for watching this preview. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.